afternoon, Simon Whale here. Welcome to another kerfuffle webinar. I am delighted to have with me Jonathan from Vaboo. How are you, Jonathan? You well?
I'm very good on this warm Monday afternoon.
It is. You were good off camera there. You were particularly forward thinking, glass half full, and I couldn't do with more of that at the moment if I tried, to be honest. So that's fantastic, and that's really the theme of today, to be honest, Jonathan. Of course, what we're doing is we're just going around the suppliers that were shortlisted for the top 40 ideas recently. Well, I say recently; it was a few weeks ago now at EA Masters. And of course, Vaboo were shortlisted in that top 40, but also you were listed as well in the top 10 in the masterclass category as well. Now, do you want to just give us an overview as to obviously why Vaboo was placed and why you think it was such a timely innovation?
I guess I guess it kind of comes back to how the business began, really, in terms of how we see the market moving, or how we saw the market moving back when we soft launched in 2015.
Yep.
Becoming a lot more customer tenant focused, and that has happened unquestionably throughout the years, and the momentum continues to build. Service levels across the board are always being heavily monitored and improved by good forward-thinking agents, and the opportunities that exist within customer bases as a whole, but certainly within also tenant customer bases, is huge. So with agents and most businesses obviously having to rewrite their plans this year going into next year. Right now, we're seeing a big uptick in people, requesting a demo of our platform and using the service because they could see the opportunities going forward. And actually, the sooner you get on board with uncovering those opportunities, the better it's going to be in terms of sustaining business going forward.
Yeah, and look, one of the reasons that you came on my radar, as obviously you are the only tenant reward and engagement platform, and of course bringing that kind of positivity to an area that typically, in terms of that tenant relationship and feedback to agents, let's be honest, hasn't been particularly positive in previous times, is a real eye opener, isn't it? A real game changer for people.
Absolutely, it's something which is very much welcomed by tenants. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel like that they've got an agent who's got their best interests at heart. And actually, we're getting customers asking us about the sales sides of their business as well. So we're kind of in the process of adapting one or two things within the platform to enable that to happen, as we go through next year.
That's really exciting, isn't it? I mean, when you were talking to me about it first time, I kept thinking to myself, is there any reason why this can't work on the sales side? And in reality, there isn't, is there?
Absolutely not. We've been talking to. We released a blog post recently, kind of talking about some of the data that we've got, and one of the things we've been talking to tenants recently about is their thoughts on buying and whether that has changed, whether COVID has kind of changed their perspective on that. Are they going to buy sooner or later? So that's all quite interesting when it comes to clients that we've got who have a financial services element to their business as well.
Yeah, that's great. And if we're looking here, this was essentially the submission thing that was obviously put into for the top 40. And if we see here the benefits, the chief takeaways were, that impact of obviously building trust. Any opportunity you can have to build trust with your clients, obviously, is to be seized where you can. Standing out from the crowd, of course. Seth Godin, of course, was the main speaker there. That purple cow standing out from the crowd is everything he's been about, and Vaboo certainly gives you that ability to do that, doesn't it? And then again, those insights from the statistical analysis that you get back, the data that you're done again is a triple whammy, really, isn't it, in terms of the benefits your platform gives?
Absolutely, we're enhancing all of that at the moment. we've got a big product roadmap going into next year. So, you know, for clients on certain levels of service, that all of that stuff is going to become a lot deeper in terms of the analysis and what clients can do with that part of the service.
Yeah, and of course we're in that period now where it's they tell us got to start working on the business, getting all strategic with the whiteboards and everything else there. What else are you seeing in terms of this whole lockdown period? Is it giving agents a chance to engage, to review? I mean, typically this is the point of year anyway, isn't it, when it starts to quieten down and people get to look at, you know, the third party suppliers in the industry and think, is this going to be part of my kit bag for 2021?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's, you know, looking back to kind of what we went through post first lockdown, we've changed our whole model and proposition really on the back of it, because we had a lot of existing clients at the time reaching out to us saying, look, guys, you know, your service is there to show our customers that we care. We need to do that now more than ever. What can you do for us? That doesn't mean we're going to be spending any more money in most cases.
Yeah.
So you know, having thought about spent about a good month or so thinking about that, you know, we changed our business model quite considerably. So, you know, at the time we had a load of clients who were using the service, and we were able to send out extremely positive messages to their whole customer base. And I guess now, you know, those are the reasons why we're getting a lot of new clients. At this time of year, we also get a lot of clients coming on board because of the seasonality, you know, leading up to Christmas. Yeah. You know, yes, long term, our platform is all about the data and all of that stuff. But on day one, it's about standing out. It's about giving back and showing your customers that you care. And the foundation of that is the offers, the discounts side of it. So people are going to be spending, obviously, in the run up to Christmas. So let's help them do that but save at the same time. And the other aspects, you know, right now in the environment we're living in right now is, I think this probably goes across all businesses. You know, looking back at the year, I think most businesses will be thankful for the support given to them by their customers.
Yeah.
But actually, probably as important, if not more important, their staff. So within the platform, you know, there are you can reward your staff with it as well. So again, that's a lot of people seem to be quite keen on doing that right now in the run up to Christmas. There's never a bad time to launch a rewards program, but if there was a peak time of the year, it would be in the run up to Christmas for sure.
Yeah, that's very true, and I think obviously, actually, one of the reasons a lot of people kind of have a bit of a snide look at agents that really get involved with the with the trophies and awards. But one of the big parts of that is, you know, okay, let's be honest, there might be some quite narcissistic agency leaders that love those trophies, but actually some of the very best businesses I've seen in this country and indeed around the world have used those awards to as literally as rewarding their staff. You know, their staff get fully behind that, and clearly to a large degree we've been they've had that stolen from them this year. So again, just be able to reaffirm when people are doing things right, looking at individual staff members, can only be a positive, can't it?
Yeah, you know, it's been a tough year for everybody, right? So, staff have been absolutely critical, and you know, it's just a shame we can't all kind of get together and celebrate those wins, but hopefully not too far off.
No, you're probably worthwhile staying away from whatever bar I get into when we first get released again. But that's a separate story. I do get quite excitable. So, and the other thing is, of course, you haven't been quiet just in terms of strategic tie-ups. So in fact, we had you on the show just the other day talking about your partnership as well with Flatfare as well, wasn't it? So really, really nice, innovative ways of looking at partners out there to get the most out of both platforms.
Yeah, you know, from our perspective, you know, it makes complete sense because obviously their product is designed to improve the renting journey and kind of make it easier to find a suitable property and move into it, as well as the kind of financial saving element to it as well. It kind of makes total sense, because irrespective of COVID, renting in the UK in general is quite expensive, especially in the cities. So personal finances are always going to be at the forefront of the minds for all renters. So just make those sort of types make complete sense, and there's other opportunities, hopefully not too far off.
Well, look, as I tell you on every single webinar we do, I always feel like I have to sort of state my bias, because I'm just a huge fan of your platform, indeed of the whole reward. The whole reward platform element there, it strikes me as just a complete no-brainer. Everyone, I think, should just drop you a line, have a good review. Never a better time to obviously go and have a look at the Vaboo page on their landing page on Kerfuffle, where as ever you'll always find a great deal, and you guys have genuinely thrown in a fantastic deal for anyone thinking about getting involved. So just once again, Jonathan, just wanted to say thank you very much. Congratulations on the win and the innovation. And no doubt I'll be seeing you at some stage in the coming weeks and months.
Thanks very much, Simon. Thanks for your time.
Have a good day. Cheerio. Cheers, Jonathan.